आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं वातरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः गुकारो अन्धकारो वैरुकारस्तन्निवर्तकः अन्धकारनिरोधित्वात् गुरुरित्यभिधीयते ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः सुष्ठुवांसस्तनूभिः विषेम देवहितं यतायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Before entering into the Upanishad classes, we will remember the importance of this day. All over India or anywhere where Indians are gathered who believe in the tradition of scriptures, they celebrate this day as their teachers' honoring day. In Sanskrit, it is called Guru Purnima. We mark our gratitude and honor for their sincerity, for the teaching, and also for the living of, for giving up everything and living for the welfare of the entire living beings in the world. First of all, we will see what is the importance of this day. We know there are 14 phases, eras for the moon. After the black moon day, Amavasi, slowly a silver line appears. This is called Prathama, the first era of the moon, the first phase of the moon. And in Sanskrit, it is called Prathama. And the second day, it is called Dvitiya. More the silver line become bit more appearing towards the human eyes. Like that, we have different phases. Prathama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami, etc., 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 etc. At last, after the 14th day, it appears in full moon without any place left over. Complete, it's called. This is called full moon, and we call in Sanskrit Purnima or Paurnami. It is believed, according to the astrological calculations, if a man or a woman get birth in this particular day of Purnima or Paurnami, they will have extraordinary skills and talent. And also they will be capable of doing something superhuman way, It also extended it to the black moon day also. Suppose a person got birth in a black moon day, Amavasi or Amavasya. That black moon day in Sanskrit is called Amavasya. They will also have an extraordinary capacity to deal with the things in the world. They will have a sharp intellect. They are brilliant. They can deal multiple things at a time. So a lot of faculties will be endowed by birth itself. So black moon day or full moon day, if a man or a woman got a birth on these particular days, they may be endowed with the extra human power than normal people. On this particular day before 9,000 years ago, a person who's called Krishna Dvaipayana, his former name was Krishna Dvaipayana, born. Then he got another name after a period of time called Vedavyasa. I will come into that, how he got this name. His mother was a daughter of a fisherman. And his father was a super saint called Parasharaha. And he is one of the greatest saint ever remembered, his father, Parashara. Parashara Maharshi or Parashara Muni, the great sage Parashara. He is also one of the traditional teachers, and it is told in a particular hymn called Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram. Narayanam Padmabhuvam Vasishtam Shaktim Cha Tatputra Parasharam Cha Vyasam Shukam Gaudapadam Govinda Yogindra Mahanta Shishyam. It's told like that. So, Lord Vedavyasa or Krishna Dvaipayana is the son of Parashara, and he born in this particular day. For a fisher woman and for this sage, then we will have a doubt inside our mind. How can a sage come into a connection with a fisher woman? Some mysteries are there. Without touching somebody, there will be divine birth. It is told in the scriptures, they say, for the saints, if they desire with their will that she get a birth from myself. Or it can be considered in another way, they got attracted or married anyway. That's not our subject anyway. There are two types of giving birth for a divine people. So from the sage Parashara, she got a baby, Matsyaganthi, Satyavati, her name, mother's name. And this Vedavyasa born on this particular day is this full moon day, Guru Purnima. That's why this day is called Guru Purnima. Birthday of Vedavyasa or Krishna Dvaipayana. It can be considered like. Why this particular day is celebrated for the reverence of traditional teachers? Krishna Dvaipayana played a big role to sustaining this sacred culture. And he born with extraordinary skills, like, to see something happening in future, to recollect the things in the proper way, what already happened before. Even we can see few people like this in this era also. There are people who can see certain things coming after a few days, or they can recollect the things logically, what has gone beyond. So Krishna Dvaipayana was a person who can recollect the things, who can see what is going on yet to come. And he done some severe penances, tapas, meditations, and prayers in Himalayas. Just eating some simple fruits called beer, much less similar to small apples. The taste will be much less similar to small apples. So, and he stayed for a length of time, almost 30 to 35 years, without eating something other than this fruit and some auspicious Ganga water, the river called Ganges. On that time, it is told that he has done a lot of works regarding our scriptures. That 18 Puranas, which are very important in our Hindu tradition, legendary Puranas. And he also coordinated the four Vedas, which are, once upon a time, everything was one. And he divided into four, the four Vedas. Before dividing something into four, you should know about the correct information. You should know how you are going to divide. You should have the total knowledge about all the things. Then only you can divide something into four. Without knowing, you cannot divide everything into four or five. According to the prayers, according to the rituals, according to the hymns, according to the metric arrangement of the mantras, like that, he considered a lot of factors and he divided into four Vedas. That's why he is called afterwards Veda Vyasaha. The same Krishna Dvaipayana got another name called Veda Vyasa. Vyasa means wider, with a big, vast mind. That's why Vyasam. Vyas, completely very big in terms of thinking, in terms of calculating, in terms of logically putting everything together. In every sense, his mind was much wider than any other human being. That's why he is called Veda Vyasa, one who coordinated the Vedas according to this metrical way, according to the mantras, according to the rituals, everything. So Veda Vyasa was a superhuman being, according to our scriptures. He done a lot of works, including Brahma Sutra, the ultimate text in Vedanta, 18 Puranas, lot of other things also. Genius. He's also a big scholar. So he called Lord Ganesha to write his Mahabharata. He wanted to write the whole Mahabharata for the coming generation. So that he called Ganesha, keeping two challenges. You should write anything once I utter, but before you write, you should know the meaning. This was the challenge. The same way, Lord Ganesha also put a challenge towards Veda Vyasa. You should not stop in between. You should say continuously. You cannot stuck or you cannot stop in between. This is called. This is also another. This is the challenge. Lord Ganesha, the elephant god, kept in front of Veda Vyasa. It's all stories, but some logic will be there because their talents was extraordinary. That's why, So they sit in Badrinath in two caves, and from morning sunrise up to the sunset, they were writing Mahabharata. It is told like that. Even if you visit Himalayas and this Badrinath temple, you may see that these caves were Vedavyasa used to live while doing his finances and meditations and prayers, and another cave where Lord Ganesha used to live. So anyway, Vedavyasa was a genius and he's extraordinary with his skills. He was black in color but very beautiful, which is told in the Bhagavad Gita opening prayers. Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe. Vyasa, one who has much wider mind to think everything properly, to put everything logically, to collect the ideas which is going to come in the future, to recollect the ideas which already happened in the past, everything. Vyasa Vishala Buddhi. Then the second line, it says that his eyes are very beautiful, like the petals of the lotus flower. Pullara Vindayata Patra Netra. So even though he's black in color, he was very beautiful, they say, with the mind and with the physical appearance. And he only lit up the Mahabharata, entire Mahabharata. If I can say the entire psychological solutions and what kind of psychological issues can come among the human beings, everything is addressed in the Mahabharata, the story, from where we got the Bhagavad Gita in between. So the epic Mahabharata was written by Lord Ganesha and uttered by Vedavyasa. Almost 180,000 verses are there, they say, complete. So his works are unparalleled even now, according to the Indian philosophical thinkers, And Vedavyasa also witnessed this whole Mahabharata war, they say. That's why he wrote this Bhagavad Gita in such a way, you know. The advice towards the Arjuna became the medicine for all the solution in the entire human life. So he was an extraordinary person, and his day is considered to to show our gratitude towards the traditional teachers who have gone beyond in the past, who has yet to come. Everybody is remembered in this particular day, and we honor them according to our one's own strength. Sometimes with money, sometimes with fruits and garlands, sometimes with flowers putting in their feet and doing the complete surrender. It seems to be funny for the people who don't know the culture to surrender for a human being, just like a king-slave relationship. No, we are not surrendering to a physical body. We are surrendering to that knowledge which he departs and which he impart with us and deliver to us. That is why the guidance what they have given will become the treasure in our life. So these traditional teachers will have another name called Deshikaha, one who shows the proper direction of a human being. That means exact human goal is being pointed by them for every human being. Thus, the traditional teachers will get another name called Deshika. Yena Disham Darshayati. Yena Disham Darshayati. By whom the direction is being shown. Then Deshika. So, keeping all these things in our mind, we mark our gratitude. Without them, it will not be able to teach you right in front of, to come to right in front of you and to teach this glorious knowledge. They give up everything in their daily life. Anyway, they are not interested in the material benefits or material things. They give up everything and they commit for this sacred knowledge in their life. What they have studied from their traditional guru, they become the embodiment of that teaching. You need not to go in search of the person, or you need not to get an example other than the person who have studied this sacred knowledge. Achinoti yatha shastram. Completely studying the whole shastra, whole scripture, entire scripture will be learned by them, spending more and more time on this right thing and real thing. Achare dishtadi, what they have studied, they will practice daily. They will do in front of others or hidden. Swayam acharayadi. Swayam acharati. They practice daily for the welfare of the entire universe. And if somebody comes towards them to study this, they make them understand. They themselves cross this ocean of death and birth cycle. They also make cross others of this death and birth cycle, this big ocean, without expecting anything. In fact, they are not interested in money, flower, fruit, anything. It's our attitude to, to wish them in this particular day with all our mind, body and words, we surrender towards them with a lot of shraddha, commitment towards this knowledge. Really speaking, we are not surrendering to this human body, we are surrendering to this sacred knowledge which came through him. Regardless of the age, regardless of the skin, the color of skin, regardless of their appearance, we surrender towards them. Till the end of breath, we will remember them, even though we don't try to see them daily in our life. Because of imparting this knowledge without expecting anything, without taking the advantages of anything, only for the welfare of the individual and the universe and the collective society, they impart this knowledge. For that mission, what they have taken in their life, without any organizational or government support, they survive themselves, taking this huge mission in their shoulders. So, for them, we mark our salutation, we mark our gratitude in this particular day. They deserve this, traditional teachers. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva. What a beautiful line. After meeting this one of the traditional teacher in our life, he will be the father, he will be the mother. Tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva. He will be our friend, he will be our relative. Because anytime you can disturb him for asking any question or a doubt or anything. Anytime you can ask a support when you are confused or when you are in a situation, you are in a very difficult way to take a decision. You just be in touch with the Guru. Without any pressure inside, they will take the proper decision and make you to reach the destination. So, Tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva. You are the relative, you are my dear friend. Tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva. You are my treasure, you are my money. You are my bank account. You are everything for me. That attitude we need to keep in our life, That attitude itself will help us. There will be a lot of defect for that body of a traditional teacher. We don't consider that they may be 90 years old. They cannot walk, they cannot eat and digest certain food. They may be some diseases. We don't consider any diseases, We are seeing the traditional teacher who lived a life with this sacred knowledge, imparting this sacred knowledge for the society and for who lived a life for the welfare of the entire universe. So mark our gratitude today to the all traditional teachers in our lineage who have gone beyond, who is sitting right in front of me, from him who has gone beyond in this lineage, who are yet to come in this lineage after studying all you people, So this is the importance of this day, and we celebrate this day to mark our gratitude towards the traditional teachers, Vedavyasa Jayanti. So Vedavyasa, he has a crucial role for sustaining this tradition by giving the proper vision of Vedas, giving the proper ideas of Puranas, all the entire scriptures. So being the center pillar of the tradition in the lineage, Vedavyasa deserve to get a, a, a way of prostration from us, do a namaskara for the traditional teachers, and that will get to the entire lineage. That is what we say daily while praying, Sadashiva Samarambam. This lineage started from the Sadashiva, Lord Dakshinamurti, who is sitting looking towards the south, who is a boy, and who is teaching very elder disciples, Sanaga Sanantanadi, and Shankaracharya Madhyama. In this lineage, Shankara will be our middle stop. In the lineage, a lot of people are there. Saptarshayaha, Vishwamitraha, Kanvaha, Vasishtamuni, lot of people are there. And the center will be Shankara. Shankaracharya Madhyama. And who is right now? Asmadacharya. My teacher is this end right now, who is right in front of me. Up to that whole lineage, I prostrate myself. I salute myself. Vande Guru Parampara. I do my all namaskara, salutations for the entire lineage. So, in this particular day of Vyasa Purnima, Veda Vyasa Jayanti, we seek the blessings from the entire Guru Parampara, the lineage of sages who lived this life for the entire welfare of the creation. And they themselves become like a candle who giving the light towards everybody, and they themselves get vanished. Just their life will be for the vision of others. They are not interested in the material things. They are not interested on anything. It will get survived. This body gets survived because the body is carrying the sacred knowledge. So there is a time for the body to stay in this world. Up to that all-pervasive Lord will take care of this body. This is the attitude of each and every traditional teacher. Even if you make them survive, whether you don't make them survive, they don't care about that. Only thing they want is come and study these traditional teachings and receive this glorious knowledge and be safe when we give up this body, not to come to this world of cruelty and the world of mysteries, just become the Purnam Brahma. This is the only idea they want. Shanto Dando Nivasandi Santaha, making disciplined their mind and the senses. Nivasandi, they live a life without disturbing others. Vasantavat Loka Hitam Charantaha, like the autumn, they live for others, flowering, attracting other. A tree flowers, tree, tree produces more fruits for others, not for the eating, for the purpose of the tree itself. So, like that, they live in this world. They themselves cross the ocean of death and birth cycle, and they make others also cross to this death and birth cycle. One doubt may arise. Do you think this modern world, where the technology is highlighted in the top level, where we have bullet trains which travel in 1,000 kilometers per hour, what is the point of studying something which have started before 12,000 years, and where there is no income? After studying, you will not get a job, you will not have any benefits. What's the point of studying this traditional knowledge? A question may arise from a person, it may. What's the point of studying all these things when we have a lot of knowledge? All that knowledge will come under one section called Anatma. Any name and forms or the material world. This is talking about a different thing called Atma, the substratum of the entire universe. And remember that every time there will be somebody to study this, I have told this example. where I used to go some work yoga session and everything. While coming back, I used to stop in the a shop where vegetables are sold. A typical vegetable which I am not habited to eat, and he keep in one full basket every day in front of the his shop. So I got an anxiety to ask him. I asked him one day, are the people buying this vegetable which is old to see, because we are not habited to eat this vegetable? It is not so tasty, and we are not habited to make some sambar or some other thing. And the shopkeeper told, Are Swami, you please come in the evening. I will sell the whole basket before I go to my house. It's on demand in the evening. People will come, one who have gone for the work in the sand, in the agricultural field. They will come and they will take this fruit, they will take this particular vegetable to cook in their house with the different dishes. Because I didn't get the logic, you know, because it has a fan base. A lot of people are there to buy this vegetable. Because of that only he keep the things right in front of the shop. Because I am not buying, it doesn't mean that nobody will buy. I am not buying, fine, you go. But there is a fan base itself for that. A lot of people are there to buy and cook that vegetable. From there, I connected to the Vedas. Vedas have a session of Vedanta, the ultimate reality. Because the Vedas presents Vedanta in a particular section, it means that there will be always people to study like us. It doesn't mean that people will not be studying the Vedanta. Every year, every yuga, there will be people to study Vedanta. You don't think that nobody will come to study Vedanta. Like the shopkeeper, I asked a silly question, but I extended to Vedanta. I don't know, so I don't cook this vegetable, but there are people who cook this vegetable. Similarly, I don't know what is told in Vedanta. I don't have time. I have wife, I have children, and there are no movies are releasing. I have to go to club, hub, etc., etc. So I don't have time to study Vedanta. Fine, but there are people always they they commit their life from the childhood itself, or they may commit their life in between or afterwards also. So don't think that nobody will come to study this old scriptures in this modern world. There will be always people like me, like you. There will be always people. It will not be a mass entry. There will be 10,000 people will not study Vedanta, because only qualified people will come and try to understand the reality. It is also its own way. It has its own way. Once you are a right person, there will be always a way to get connected with the right people or the right guru, and you will come to know what is the reality of the world, creation, the universe, regarding the Lord, everything. So, one who teaches all these things without expecting anything from this material world, and one who get committed towards this knowledge, that person is called Guru. And this day, particular day, we honor them with all kinds of our reverences towards them. And according to our strength, we make them survive. It's our need to make them survive. Because of them only, we get connected, we got the proper direction. It's not that they will survive. It's our attitude, and also it's our need. When a person is there for me to support without expecting anything, I should make them survive. When a person is living for birds and animals and trees and for the welfare of the entire universe, we should make them to survive. So it's our need to make them survive. That is why in this particular day, we go to our former teachers, one who taught us this traditional teaching, and we honor them. At least do a namaskara or surrender towards them. 5 minutes we will sit and we will be thankful for everything what they have given, and we will come back. Whatever we can give to them and we pay. You know, there is no rule that you have to pay or you have to deal with the flowers and fruits, and no. They only expect you from your side that you have to study this traditional knowledge and be free from this samsara of death and birth. That's the only thing they want. Their survival they will maintain, no problem. But it's our attitude, that's all. So this particular day, we also keep in our memory and we salute for the entire lineage of the traditional teachers, because everything come together. Sunday and today is the Guru Purnima, and the Muhurta also falls between morning 7 a.m. to evening 6 o'clock in the Indian IST, Indian Standard Time. So everything came together. So I would like to talk few words in between our class. That's why I have done. And it's enough. Is few information what I have given is enough to carry in your mind. More informations are there regarding Guru Purnima and everything. We will talk when we all together once in our life live. We will all together, and I will talk about all these things. Now we will see little bit of our Māṇḍūkya Upanishad. We have to we have to see little bit today. Okay, now we will enter into the Māṇḍūkya Upanishad. Now we are dealing the ninth verse of Māṇḍūkya kārikā. Remember, kārikā is a treatise written by the Gaudapada based on Māṇḍūkya Upanishad. Apart from the Māṇḍūkya Upanishad, kārikā exists independent. Māṇḍūkya Upanishad is not written by anybody because Upanishads are apaurushayam. What is apaurushayam? It is not a man-made literature. I have explained you few days before, in few classes before maybe. Anything written by a human being will have a lot of defects in terms of understanding, in terms of quoting the informations, everything. Upanishad is not written by anybody. It's all been collected by Māṇḍūkya Rishi, a sage who have done lot of penances and tapas, meditation and prayers. And we also called the sage called the foreseer, one who can see everything inside in the atmosphere in the form of words, etc., etc. Even right now, when you go to the football match or when you see a football match in your television, they measure the decibel of the noise of the mass who is hailing towards the players. No. So in the atmosphere, the words will stay. This is a solid proof. 132 decibel is the voice which we are right now listening from the stadium. It means that the voice will stay through its decibel or any other way. The words which came from the ultimate God, from the Brahman, stay inside the atmosphere of the creation. And one who do a lot of tapas and meditations, and whose mind is tranquil, peace, proper, they see these words inside the mind and they coordinate into Upanishads. Thus, Māṇḍūkya Upanishad is not written by Mandukya Rishi, who saw these verses and he put in an arrangement, and it's called Māṇḍūkya Upanishad. But kārikā is not something apaurusheyam. It is man-made by Gaudapada Acharya, a traditional teacher. And why I say every time repeated, those information should be kept inside your mind. You cannot get confused. So I will read this 9th verse of this kārikā, and I will give you the meaning of this kārikā. For the base of this kārikā is this. In the time of Gaudapada, 9 types of philosophies regarding how is the manifestation of creation, or for what purpose the creation is manifested. 9 major systems were there about them, which tells about the manifestation of creations. And he lists these 9 things, 9 types of systems. And we already mentioned 6. Now 3 more we have to see, 3 or 4. We'll see. A group of people, I will read the kārikā now. Bhogartham srishtirityanye kridartham idi chapare. Devasya yesha subhavaha ayam aptakamasya kaspraha. One system says that manifestation of creation is for only pure enjoyment. That's why Lord has created men, women, different animals, swimming pools, and fruits, roots like potato, sweet potato. So all these things are created for the sake of enjoyment. So manifestation of the creation is for the sake of enjoyment. We need not to consider the moral values, or we need not to consider the righteous way to enjoy or to take away something. We need not to ask the permission of the chicken to take their life for us to eat. We need not ask the permission of a lamb or a buffalo to take their life for us to eat. Bhogartham srishtirityanye. There is no moral values in the picture. There is no righteous way of living in that way of system. Srishti, creation is manifested for the sake of enjoyment. And who will enjoy? Survival of the fittest. Who is the best person to survive in this world with the skill and with the intellect? He will enjoy all the things. Others can be just looking towards them, they can sit, barely imagine. So one group of people who believe in this system that manifestation of creation is only for the sake of enjoyment. I already mentioned you, Gaudapada want to make you sure that These are all wrong. For the sake of understanding that all these systems are wrong, for that purpose only Gaudapada quotes all these system of the manifestation of creations. So manifestation of creation is for the sake of enjoyment is wrong. It is just like a blind person misunderstanding the shape of an elephant. Kridartham iti chapare. With a pleasure, reveling in this universe. For that purpose only the manifestation of creation happened. This is the another way of thinking, because a lot of things are there for enjoyment and pleasure. So one group think that just for the pleasure, reveling, wherever you can go, you visit and enjoy the mood, enjoy the temperature, enjoy the people, enjoy the food. Different things are there. Bhogartham, Kridartham. Krida means actually sport. I don't directly translate into sport. Bhogam means enjoyment of basic things like food, clothes, good shelter. This is called bhogam. Then extra bhogam, you have something to spend extra, then krida. You go for sport, you go for a picnic, you go for a pilgrimage, you go for a visit in Montenegro, you go for a visit in the Indiana Jones Hollywood place, wherever it may be, Because you have sufficient money to spend more than your basic needs, then you create a sport is there. So a few people think that it is for the sake of beautiful enjoyment of basic needs. Some others think that it should be enjoyed in a wider way, vast way. Go and enjoy everywhere. Grand Canyon, Niagara, pyramids, Taj Mahal, Babylon's Hanging Garden, Eiffel Tower, Pisa Tower. Lot of things are there. All are krida, sport. Take your girlfriend or boyfriend along with you, have fun and enjoy this world. That's why it's all given. This is the way of one system. Bhogartham srishtirityanye kridartham chaiva chapare. And another group. Devasya yesha swabhavaha. Swabhavam. It should be translated into something which came as a consequence or sequence. If you are a spider, definitely you will web a web, If you are a bird, definitely you will make a nest. If you are a lion, you will find out a den for your survival. It's a consequence. Automatically, it will happen. No need of any kind of effort. So, Devaha, ultimate divine living being, Devaha, who is sitting in the heaven, who is sitting in another place. If he is there, he will have a fun by creating certain things in the world and it will happen normally. There is no effort on that. Sobhavaha. It comes. If it's the glory of the Lord who is sitting in the heaven. This is called Swabhavaha. And finally, the standpoint of Gaudapada and the traditional teachers are being presented by Gaudapada Acharya. The ultimate reality, the which system which talks about ultimate reality. Apta kamasya ka spruha. Spruha, taste, an eagerness to enjoy the world and material things, to accomplish certain things by will and to enjoy. Spruha. But when a person comes to know I am the complete complete being who never lacks anything, who don't have any defect in this world. I am the ultimate. Remember the chain of desire. When we don't know that I don't have any defects or I don't have any problem, this is called ignorance. Taking the body myself and I compare with others and I see some defects in the body and I want to get rid of from these defects of this body and I want to get some securities and pleasure. Considering I am this body, this is called ignorance. Ignorance is the base for the desires. Ajnanam, from that kamam, desires. Considering myself, I am this human body, I compare with others, I compare with the age, I compare with my teeth, I compare with my skin, I compare with my everything. Lot of defects are there. I have to come out of that because I can see beautiful people around me and I have to be like them. Thus, I have desires. Every action is presupposed by desire. Without desire, there is no action. Because any action to be fulfilled, there should be some action. Any desire to fulfill, you should have an action. Then you will work with your mind, with your physical plane, or can be with oral way. Mano, Vak, Kaya, Karmani. These are the three ways of doing actions. To fulfill the desire, I have to involve in some activities. Any action will produce punya and papa. Beneficial results, vulnerable results. Beneficial results will make you happy. Vulnerable results will make you unhappy. But in order to be happy and unhappy, you have to take again human birth. This is the laws of karma. So, ajnanam, ignorant. From that, kamam, desires will sprout. And from that, I will involve in particular action in order to fulfill my desire. And the desires will bring two types of results. Punyam and papa, beneficial results. Vulnerable results. I have to go through certain situations which are unhappy. I have to go through some situations which are making me happy. For both, you should have a good body. For body, you should take birth. Thus, ajnanam, kamam, karmam, karmapalam, janmam. Again, you are in this world and you are going through the same situation. Lot of pain, lot of happiness, going here and there, running here and there, married life, children with children, going here and there, business issues, lot of responsibilities, stress, depression, everything. But once you take away the ajnanam, the ignorance, by listening to the real knowledge from the traditional teachers, then you are apta kamaha. You fulfill all the desires at once because the traditional teachers will give you the real information about the listener. You lack nothing. You are not the body. You are the substratum for this body, which is called Atman or Brahman. You need not to fulfill any desire in order to become happy because you are the source of all happiness, because Anantam is the innate nature of Brahman. Once you convinced with this message of traditional teacher, you commit yourself for this sacred knowledge. You are the source of happiness. And that happiness is not something compared to the happiness of material thing. It is the happiness of ocean. When I get the happiness of ocean, how I will go behind the drop of happiness? That is why Atta Kamasya Kaspraha. There is no question that a person will go beyond certain things in order to get some fulfillment or enjoyment. Apta Kamasya Kaspraha. This is our standpoint. Among the systems of manifestation of creations, we go along with that because Vedanta talks about reality, and this is directly pointing the reality of an individual, one who comes to know that I am this all-pervading Brahman who is never subject to death and birth. I am not this human body. He will slowly stop going behind the material things, and he will be free from worries, pains, and wounds. This is the meaning of the verse. Now, after 9 verses, again Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad is appearing. The verse which is very important among the verses of Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad, which we will see in the next class. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Gobrahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samastha Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshadu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasya Shalini Deshoyam Kshoparahitaha Brahmana Santu Nirbhayaha Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om